Ladies and gents, you aren't hallucinating. We're in a game. We have Skill versus Never Miss Gaming. And although you're seeing at the top of the screen, it does say 1-0 Never Miss Gaming. Ignore that. It is currently 0-0 between these two teams. And, well, we're finally in, Pablo. I'll obviously clack away at the keyboard to make sure all the names are lined up for people to understand. But we're finally in. We're finally ready to go.
Mate, we are in from the beginning as well. This is the very start of this losers round 2. So absolute props to everyone for getting this organised. There are a number of games going on, guys. So we are trying to plow through this. I'll quickly go through the names while Major tries to get them sorted. You guys interested? Aqua is actually Looty. Aqualini is Looty. Higgy is actually 11, which is going to be really confusing. Lewis J is actually Higgy. I wish these guys had just swapped seats. And JT is actually Kez. So that is the Skelp roster right there. Rapids is Jay Enrico on the side of Never Miss Gaming. Jacko is Hayes. Bonanza is Tez. And DC is Ferdy. And obviously, you can see from the outset, Skelp looking very, very strong in that P1, taking an enormous chunk of time. We are hitting P2, and you can see the boys from the Scottish org just getting set up and ready to get those kills. And you can see already we're seeing Looty just starting to drop some bombs on people's heads. He's 2 and 3, but it is going to be Higgy who's gone off absolutely huge with a 4-0 right now. And it managed to get some time as well. This has been really, really impressive so far. We are going to see Never Miss finally get onto P2, and it's a good chunk of time. If they can make a good play on this P2, they're going to be able to get themselves a good 30, 35 seconds. Skelp going to want to solidify. You can already see it is going to be 11 looking to get around to P3. He's going to be entirely on his lonesome as the boys from Never Miss are going to continue to kind of flood that P2, and the scrap time is going to go the way of Skelp, so they're not going to give up. A Major can finally come in, and welcome to a COD game at the ACCL's potential.
Oh, I'll tell you what, we make it work. We'll make it work. It's what we do with what we got, but it's a really good start here from Skelp. Currently sitting 60 points clear. The boys in blue, Never Miss, really struggling at the moment. Not necessarily in terms of kills by a huge amount. I mean, on the flip side, you can say Higgy, currently 10-1. He's a player that we flagged up before, Pablo, as when it comes to just raw ability, he has got it in abundance, and he's showing it here at the moment against a team where arguably you would say Skelp are the favourites, but at the moment, that looks like to be a really clean break. Kez on the hill, going to take down one. Kez looking for a second as well, and he manages to get both players, and that is a full wipe there for Skelp, and that is exactly what they've got to offer.
Rico was going to absolutely just be playing around that corner there and managed to get the kill, but he finally gets dealt with. It is going to be Skelp with a reasonably solid 67-second lead, and it is going to be the boys from Never Miss just going to try and cap the rest of that cap time. They've done a really good job of kind of like trying to battle for the scrap time. Unfortunately, though, it is going to be Skelp who managed to get an almost clean wipe there. Lewis JB is actually Higgy. You can see he's 14-1 right now. He's got the glide. He's on an 8 streak, and the kid is almost unstoppable. But we've really got to look at the guys who Never Miss Gaming, Major. Right now, they're slaying just not there. The kill's not there, and the time probably not there as well.
Yeah, Higgy's just looking tradable at the moment. We did finally see him drop eventually, but now Gale Arrows in towards the hill they go. Oh, whoa, my God. Holy hit reg from Kez. He's just absolutely fried, and there's another one from Kez, and he was a player as well that we've also kept an eye on throughout the coming months to see what he can offer these teams. And Ferdy going to fly in towards the hill. There is still going to be a couple more Skelp players ready to go, and it looks as though there's going to be a couple of players challenging down that long side. So how many more can they get? There's another kill on the card for Kez, who started off very well. Pretty much everyone, apart from Looty, is putting up some really big numbers, and my God, don't the scores reflect it.
Yeah, you've got to ask the question. Lucy's 7-8 with only 9 seconds. I think he might have his feet up in this game. The ball bomber himself, looking to put some big numbers up. And I'm sure he wants to obviously be able to get back into right the way through the losers bracket. Skelp being one of the favourites right now, 137 to 32. This is more the kind of performance we expected from them. Speaking to guys outside of the court, Ferdy, though, very well respected player, 8-11 with 18 seconds remaining. He is obviously, along with Tez, the kill leader for Never Miss Gaming, but they've got a huge job to do right now, just trying to protect that P5, but those pink arrows, Major, is starting to swarm in.
Yeah, JT green, but it's Kez on the seat, and at the moment, 5 in a row for him. We'll see if he can make it any more. You see, he's just going to be playing his life while these blue arrows try to condense on towards him, and a little bit of a bait comes through there from 11, but it isn't going to allow him to push his streaks out any further. It's still a position now for Never Miss Gaming, potentially off this hill to try and get a bit of a lifeline in this map. It has been all Skelp and nothing but. So in the hill goes Ferdy, looking for some shots into one, manages to grab one. Ferdy looking for the second as well, and he sends both Looty and Kez straight into the respawn. There is going to be a little bit of a team nade stun that comes through as well, but now it looks as though it's going to get a little bit messy, and already, Pablo, you can see those arrows of Skelp ready to go for the next hill as well. Big gunfights going down.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Hayes with the team nade right onto 30. He was on a 2 or 3 streak at the time. And it is going to be Skelp who are absolutely dominating right now. 124-second lead into the bag. But it is going to be Never Miss on the second rotation with some P1 control. You can see right there, Kez just about to. He's going to get himself reasonably exposed, though. And that's going to cost him his life. And Never Miss looking very, very good for their money in terms of this P1. But it was there right away. There's going to be 11 ready to do that damage. There's going to be dropping that guy in. At one point, he was quadruple positive. But this has been an absolute display from the young man from the Isle of Man. And yeah, again, they just break on through with 28 seconds. It was a nice regame from Never Missed on that P1. But again, just playing power for Skelp just coming through right now. Kiggy not missing a bullet.
Oh, geez, Higgy is absolutely turning at the moment. There's one, there's two for Kez. Oh, thought we might get a little bit of barking there from the Scotsman. Higgy, though, has just been chilling on the hill, just racking his way through players, kill after kill, and already you can see that Tez is going to try and work out the back, but it's not going to be anything that comes through for him. Kez still looking for another one. There's Kez with one, there's Kez with two, and oh my god, this is a completely different Skelp team than what we saw before. They are absolutely battering Never Miss Gaming, who feel as though they've barely even managed to work their way out of spawn on some of these hills.
Man, apart from that P1 on the second rotation, they managed to get themselves 20 or so seconds. They haven't touched the hill since then, and it already looks like Skelp set up for the P2 on the second rotation. It is going to be Hayes just trying to spray some bullets, not able to get a pick, not able to finish the whole trade. Comes in, Higgy there, saving the life of 11. Really big play from him. He's about to drop a 30 bomb. He hasn't even died 10 times. This has been unbelievable performance from Skelp. I think this is a confidence booster right here. They just needed, you know, a team that they could absolutely dominate to give them that little boost that they needed. And right now, 2-1 to 74, and every single fight is going the way of the Skelp boys. Right at the back there, Higgy. I think they've just given the responsibility to deal with every hill. You go and get the next one, lock it down. It is going to be Higgy, and it is going to be 11 just towards that P3. That is two formidable players you don't want to be approaching right now.
Yeah, they are approaching from pretty much every angle. Higgy's going to have a gunfight, and he's all going to tag up one. It's actually going to be another team nade that comes through for Never Miss Gaming, and this might potentially cause them to maybe lose some gunfights, but a big win there that comes through from Hayes. He's really struggling at the moment, pretty much alongside every single team member of his, and it will be Kez on the hill just staying down. Hayes is in the back, but they need to contest this. They only need 10 seconds left. Hayes is realizing how important it is that he at least gets the man off the hill, and through all the action, they are still staying alive, and there's another couple of shots, and 11 putting some in the body. 2 seconds remaining, and Skelp, wow, what a mark that is.
Unbelievable performance, and that's the kind of performance we wanted to see from the Scottish Org. I'm sure Beanroll's got a massive smile on his face. 250 to 84 is a statement right there, and it's just, I'll be honest, mate, it's been nice to see some COD.
Oh my god. Well, there you go. That's what happens when we get some on the screen. I mean, Jesus. Holy Higgy. 29 and
kills.
And it's just been absolutely unreal. Absolutely flat out. And they get a map on the board, Pablo. A very solid map 1. I mean, we talk about the regains that teams can make from map 2, but Never Miss Gaming. They just looked a little bit off the pace on that one. They just really struggled to keep up with Skelp.
Yeah, I think, you know, you've got to consider that Luty's teams were usually well organized. They rotate effectively. They take up positions. There's no real kind of confusion. There's no miscommunication. They know the positions they're meant to be taken up. And once you've got that locked down, it's so difficult to break into a hill. And what, you know, that makes it difficult to get those initial 30 seconds. You will usually gift them lives in the process. When you finally do get onto the hill, it's usually for scrap time. You end up chalking hills, and when the guys from Skelp are firing so effectively, you just can't hold them. Right there, that is an example of a huge unskilled disparity married really good strategy. If you guys can hear next door, we've got Vitalize guys, Chicken Arian, and that just getting super loud. So if you hear some crazy shouts, those guys are going for pure passion.
Yeah, well, thank God we finally got a game under our belt. It was one where you could say it was a good game, but it was only really a good game for one of the particular teams. Skelp at the moment. They had obviously that series before, Pablo, where they looked as though they were struggling for a while in that one to get going, but my God, they've come out of the gates absolutely steaming in that one. 1-0 up, and now obviously looking ahead towards map number 2 on the Berlin Search and Destroy. Never Miss Gaming. I mean, they're going to have to hit the most almighty regain, obviously, with these still being best of 3s as well. This could be what could potentially be a 20-minute series.
Yeah, I mean, not that we're looking for a host a 20-minute series, but I think honestly never miss game in it for the experience at the minute, because going into a Berlin S&D against these guys, we've seen them pull out snipers, we've seen them do really top work. So Skelp definitely think favorites to go 2-0 up, and right now they are flying. And the thing is, you know, we highlighted at the beginning of the day when we were talking about Skelp earlier on that Higgy is that kind of catalyst. Every team he's in, he just be
He's all over the place.
incredible.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't miss shots. 2 pieces, 3 pieces. He will rotate. He'll hold down the new spawn. He'll get another 2 piece. Very reminiscent. I kind of think it's Journey. He was doing it for the boys at the start of the season.
Yeah.
He would look lucky. It was lucky. He would go around and hold down old spawn, the new spawn, and get a 2 piece. The responsibility. They were happy to pass it to him because he had that capability. And Higgy exactly doing that. So the journey all the way from the Alaman, definitely worth it. The young man.
And obviously, the quicker that some of these teams can make these loser bracket games, the better, arguably, for them, because it'll be a shorter evening for them. We've still got so many games to go. I will just show you guys currently how the loser bracket gauntlet is looking, and obviously we've got that game 35 there, third from the bottom in that second column. Obviously, whoever manages to come out on top of this one will secure themselves top 16. Obviously, the likes of Skelp, though, Pablo, you're looking at the quality that they've got on this team. They're going to be really looking to make a solid losers round bracket run in this one, and they're still going to have what potentially, I think off the top of my head, maybe 7 or 8 series if they are going to get through with the gauntlet of teams ahead of them. But I mean, couldn't ask for a better start really in terms of maps, and hopefully they can keep this momentum going if you're a Scotland fan.
Well, you know what's interesting? I mean, you've got to think that Skelp have got to be one of the favourites in this losers part of the bracket, but they've got to go up against Katana Pyro or ICG Takeover, and at times both those teams have looked really good, really strong. You know, they're not the most flamboyant teams, but they seem to put up good numbers and have a solid strategy. So it concerns me that Skelp going into that are going to potentially see a banana skin coming their way. I think they're probably just a little bit too strong, but you know, when you've got Luti against a team like Never Miss, not going positive, and it could potentially be an issue right there. I know he doesn't start as quickly as the rest of the team, but potentially I think he's going to need to start to pick up and put up numbers earlier in games, or it could become, especially in these best of threes, a real issue.
So advance over. Slowly starting to load our next map. Obviously, for the guys that never miss gaming, Pablo, they've just got to short that one off. I think if you're a fan of the boys in blue, because it was just one where you just got to put it to the side. You got to completely ignore it. We've seen it multiple times. Teams have done really badly in the first map, and then they've slapped back. I mean, Skelp did it themselves in the series that we casted. They didn't have a great map 1, and then they battered the team 6-1 in the search and destroy. So it's still an opportunity for Never Miss Gaming here, at least to say they can still survive in this one.
I honestly think that 6-1 that Skelp got against, you know, arguably a side that they probably, you know, would have been a trickier tie. I think this is going to be a walk in the park for them. No offense to Never Miss Gaming, but I think this could potentially be another 6-1 or 6-0. It just depends again how Lewis plays, how 11 plays, especially if 11 pulls the sniper out. So there's a plenty of opportunity right there in order to do this. Again, guys, we are going to have a little bit of a slowpoke as we try and get the names sorted for you. They change mid-map. We do see a first blood does indeed go the way of Skelp, and it is going to be Hayes who drops. So a player who did manage to team nade twice goes into the second round of this S&D. Skelp have got the bomb planted over towards B, and that's kind of a beautiful setup, but a beautiful play by, it is going to be Jay and Rico will get the kill over towards 11, so it is going to be a 3v2. We do see it's not DC, it is indeed Ferdy, so one of the better players from Never Miss Gaming does drop, and that's going to leave Tez all on his own in a 1v3. He does get that information, he's going to get completely destroyed. Skelp with a pretty resounding win right there to take that lead 1-0 in this S&D, and it's exactly the way we thought it might go. In the end, it is going to be Kez who manages to get the kill. A player who we said is very much a confidence player. I think he's starting to settle into this LAN a little bit. And if anything, thinking about it, the losers run that Skelp have got may help settle the nerves of some of the players who are not used to playing on LAN, and that could be absolutely huge for you know, some of these new players who've come through the ACCL, such as Higgy and such as Kez. So now it's over to Never Miss Gaming. They're going to grab bomb. It's not going to be DC. It is indeed going to be Ferdy, and you can see that now on your screen. He's going to have bomb, and it is going to be not Rabbits, but Rico who gets the first blood, dropping 11. So that's a big kill, and again, it is going to be a 3v4. Big opportunity, though, Major, for Never Miss to bring this back to parity.
Yeah, so first blood's going in their favour in this round. This round is looking a hell of a lot more positive for them. Another kill comes through from Luti, and thought he would maybe get the second there, but now Higgy, the man who had such a good opening map. Can he manage to work a 1v3? You feel if he gets a 1v3 in this situation, it's going to be such a detriment. Never misses game in morale. Can he manage to at least get one pick? Hayes is waiting around the corner, spots him. He's going to tag him up a little bit, just not to reposition. Should be able to get the kill onto him. Higgy just kind of trying to squirm around. He's not going to be able to get that clutch done, and Never Miss Gaming tie it back up, keeping tabs with them, one apiece.
Yeah, really nice play, really kind of mature play from Never Miss Gaming as well. Get the information, you know, play the player, and they get into this position where there's a 50-50 and a really nice play at the end. So good play to bring it back to parity, and I guess that's going to put a little bit of doubt in the mind of Skelp. They've had a difficult run so far, and again, it's got to ask the question, you know, 11-0-2 right now. Does he need to potentially switch up his weapon if he's still using the sniper, or you know, he's got to get on board and you know, contribute to the game a little bit. We are early doors in the S&D. I'm gonna be honest, mate, am I being a little bit harsh on the young man there? He's done so much for the lad so far, and I'm straight bodying him in the chat here.
Yes, potential still. Never Miss Gaming in this round with 3 lives apiece. Kez does still have the bomb, so they've got an opportunity to stick this, and it's going to be working. Do there, 11 just works a flank. He re-pinches the man that tried to pinch him, and now it's going to be a position now for Rico and Hayes. One's going to get caught in the cross. Rico probably going to get taken down the trade. He's going to be there from Hayes, but now he needs a 1 versus 3. Got the first part done. He can't even get past the second, so Skelp, comfortable round on the board, and I believe this was the map, Pablo, where they won 6-1, if memory serves me well, in the Search and Destroy versus Insight, and yeah, it was. I'll just quickly double check the notebook, so we know that they're very, very good on this map. So the guys in blue just have to kind of keep try and keep pace with them and try and get some momentum going, because at the moment it's just a little bit of back and forth.
And honestly, I'm looking over at Major right now as he's casting. The guy's got the most comprehensive note system I have ever seen. We couldn't be more difficult with my scraps of paper. But yeah, I mean, this was a good opportunity in this game. On right now, Scalp looking very, very good. 11 himself started to pick up, and we said once they would contribute, that would probably go Scalp's way. It is going to be Tez with bomb. Be pushing over towards that B site, and again leaving themselves exposed. Number 1 there in Luty is looking to get back, but again, nice plays from Hayes. He is going to be there with that overwatch position, just looking to see if he can pick a player, push him maybe through mid. Big kills as it goes down. It is Hayes. Nice positioning from that tower. He's going to reposition to try and get cover across mid, and we're going to see 11 manage to get a kill over onto Tez. It's going to be a 3v2 as we hit the 50-second mark, Major, and an advantage Scalp as we hit the end part of this 4th round.
He got a lot of information on mid-map, and there's all the information, excuse me, that he needs to take down Ferdy. So now Hayes, 1 versus 3 required again here for Never Miss. They just keep putting themselves in positions where they drop lives in quite quick succession, and then all of a sudden they need to try and clutch up, and at the moment Scalp are just not giving them an inch.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. Hayes really did a good job of managing to give them a little bit of an advantage, dropping Luty over towards middle. They just didn't really take advantage of that, didn't reposition. Don't think they're using the information that they're gathering as effectively as Scalp. 3-1, kind of going the way Major predicted at the start of the round. Very much heading towards the Scalp result that we got in the previous incarnation of in the previous game that we actually cast over. Right now, though, I mean, one thing you would say, though, Major, Never Miss Game, and there's no one particularly struggling. Everyone's negative, but there is, obviously, except for Hayes, but no one's, you know, not contributing. Everyone's got a kill. Obviously, Ferdy probably in the worst position, very much a respawn player. And as I say, that Rico manages to get a shot in, but not get the kill. It is going to be Luty with that kill. He's 3-3 right now. Very much Higgy in the charge, though, 5-2. And Scalp go into the 1-minute position. It's going to be 3 versus 3, and Kez still with bomb.
The essence still. Scalp to try and get this bomb down. Kez has got it. So again, site might be the option. Got to be careful. Kez pushing around it towards the B3 side. There might be a free. Oh no! The bait and switch. The bait and switch was absolutely immaculate there, and Kez is able to get the kill, but a couple of kills come straight back there, courtesy of Tez. So now
Tez.
1 versus 2 for Higgy. Looking good for Scalp. Sudden round has bit head, so Higgy's going to check the right corner at the right time. Just waiting. Is he going to check it? Yes, he is, but he isn't able to get the kill regardless, and Never Miss Gaming finally get another round on the board and reduce that deficit just down to 1.
Yeah, some beautiful corner play there throughout the game, and a really nice bait and switch from the boys from Scalp. But again, Never Miss with the perfect kind of response almost, and this is starting to look like a bit more of a pressure game. And we said that, you know, S&D, that second map, can be problematic. It's caused us problems in the past. when we've been casting over Vanguard and we see this complete switcheroo almost from the very first map of Hardpoint where you see a big slap and then the exact thing happens in, you know, the team that gets destroyed starts to come back. Right now, everyone's shipping in for Never Miss Game, and obviously Verdi again, 1 and 4. You feel if he could get a couple of kills that this could be even more pressure applied. No first blood as shots do go out. It's going to be Ferdy with bomb, and it looks like it's going to be an attempt to try and get this A-bomb site control, and that's going to be huge. We do see a trade, and again, it's going to be Tez going absolutely off, and Mason, he's one off a glide. Oh, my days. Finally gets dealt with, and it is going to be Luty who drops him just at the point of getting that glide. Unreal play.
On 11 managed to get a pick as well elsewhere on the map, so now it's going to be a 1 versus 1. The General versus Rico. Luty knows his rough whereabouts. Fortunately for Rico, that bomb is down right back. That back, waiting to see if he can get any form of information. Go. The bomb now. So he'll pick bomb. Now where's he gonna go all the way through P3 over towards the A site? So he's gonna be cutting it a little bit fine. I'm surprised Luty hasn't even decided to work a bomb check here. It looks as though he's just gonna try and work a retake instead. So bomb will go down. Luty will down. Definitely know his whereabouts now. And oh my goodness. Oh, if Luty literally ran up through tickets, he would have got sight of him. But unfortunately now we're in a position where it's now Rico sat in a corner, and Lewis has got to be careful here. He's running out of time, Pabs.
He's playing a little bit of psychological games here. I think he's just trying to bait the player out. He's trying to put Rico in a position where he might not realize where he is. He's going to force himself into exposed position. Rico with the advantage, though, in the psychology does not work. Luty just leaving it a little bit too late and then burst through the door in the most dramatic fashion. It's going to give Never Miss not only the opportunity to get that round, but they brought this S&D back to parity, something I think we obviously were maybe a little too disrespectful at the start of the game, but they've done absolutely awesome work to bring this back.
Yeah, and Vega was saying 2 stiff players in a 1 versus 1. Both of them really didn't want to give anything, any form of information, but now Never Miss 2 rounds in a row. We are now back tied. Let's see what Scalp decided to do in this round number 7. So Kez again, be the merchant with the bomb in hand. It looks as though it's going to be a B push, but my goodness, it's going to be countered instantly by a lot of blue arrows. But the first blood comes through. Kez is able to take down Tez. So now favorable gunfight, and there's another one that goes on the board as well, as they will finally drop. 11 is going to fall, courtesy of the nade from Hayes. So they will just back up and allow them a little bit more control of this B bomb site. And it looks as though, Pablo, they're just going to go for the wrap.
Yeah, and absolutely. It's probably a good idea. Just retransition. They're going to leave a player over there just to watch. And it's a good idea. This is what we're talking about, strategy, Higgy. Just going to be watching. They know players are in and around bomb. And they probably have got an idea the players are potentially going to be wrapping back. And you can see for 5 and 30, just trying to watch long. And this is going to become something of a chess game. I expect to see that bomb planted. Expect to see those players push out. Higgy gets a pretty easy kill, and knowing that there is only 1 more player left, the only potential that he could have gone through Higgy taking that information is from long, and he's going to get dealt with pretty easily. Now, a really nice round from Scalp, really strategic, really good control of the map, so that puts them into lead 4-3.
Yeah, it's definitely been a bit of a tug of war. Scalp obviously pulled away a little bit. Never Miss Gaming clawed it back. It looks as though Scalp another foot further forward. With these being best of 3s, Never Miss Gaming cannot afford to drop this map, otherwise they will be eliminated from the ACCL VibePay Spring Invitational. So if Ferdy can just get going, you feel they could potentially work this. Tez can at the moment, currently sat at 8 and 5. Bomb in the hands of Ferdy. They look to take it over towards this ace site. Kez is going to be here though. Is he going to bump into a fair few players? The door opens, they're just waiting. They're just going to check the corner as well. They might have actually seen the edge of his gun. He's trying to stay down. He does have help in the form of Luty, who's just inside. Ferdy just trying to play for info once again. Keslo just going to lay prone and wait for that opportune moment to strike. Got to be careful though, because Rico has just ready himself over towards his outer lane, but the kill feed lights up very, very pink very quickly. And now all of a sudden Ferdy, he's now stuck in a 1 versus 3. He does have the bomb, but they know where he is. They take him down, and Scalp 1 round away from progressing.
Really, really awesome play from Scalp. I mean, they just baited. They peek corners, open doors. They're absolutely troublesome to deal with, and they're checking every corner. You cannot do anything against 11 when he's got that kind of movement and that kind of accuracy. Really good play from Skelp. And I think above all else, they really do need to win this 6-3. Otherwise, again, it could be, potentially a confidence blow. Because as these losers brackets progress, they're going to play, more capable, more competent teams. Big opportunity though for Never Miss in the defense. It's really interesting to see how Skelp decides to take this. Does look like this is going to be a very, very strong A stack. You can see it right there, 30 right onto bomb, and they will have seen that cross, and they have that information that is going to be Piggy with that
Oh,
first blood.
Jesus.
Oh, that's a fall right there.
Yeah, this is looking very, very unlikely now. Hayes will at least take down one, but he needs a 1 versus 4 here in potentially what could be his team's last round in this tournament. And I think he might have been spotted. He's been shouldered by Kez. Kez is just going to toy with him at this point. I think he's just going to play the time. Try and rinse every single second of him. He's going to get taken down, and the Scottish boys will advance. Skelp go through 6-3 in the search. The hard point victory as well guarantees them another bit of progression in that losers bracket.
Mate, that was awesome plays from them in the end. You could see they were almost playing with the food. They had absolutely every angle covered. Guys, if you would go back and watch that VOD, that is absolutely perfect S&D play towards the end of that round. Nowhere else for the player to go, and they dominate effectively. And that's a great confidence boost right there for Skelp, who've been struggling. They went on the struggle bus, but they were pretty much close to it in this losers bracket. So they progress into it. And the next game for them is going to be particularly difficult. They're going to play, I think it's either... It was Ignite game or not Ignite Excalibur maybe. I can't remember the bracket, but they definitely got a potential banana skin coming up for them. But a 2-0 is exactly what they needed, exactly what we needed. Finally getting to pursue some Call of Duty at this ACCL LAN, and hopefully we're going to be able to bring you some more very, very shortly as well.
Yeah, so just confirmation on your screen, guys. Get map 1 and 2 done, so they don't require that billing control, and they will progress through the bracket. We will just take a quick peek at that losers bracket. Obviously, that was game 35 in that second column, Skelp versus Never Miss, so they will progress. Either play Katana Pyro or ICG Takeover. So I'll tell you what, that could be a pretty juicy series. If the Katana Pyro, has to be fair to them, they are looking good on land. I know we saw a clip of Mr. Daesh absolutely screaming down his headset, so that's the losers bracket as it currently looks. And for anyone who is interested, this is currently how our winners bracket is standing. So Katana, Iniquity, Insight Gaming, and Team Ricochet still standing in the upper half of that winners bracket, and then Mistaken Esports, Excalibur, Adept, and Brand New Day are still also standing. But what we're going to do, guys, obviously we're going to look to try and get another game in as soon as possible. We are just going to cut it to a very, very quick break, fingers crossed, without any technical difficulties. Hopefully, we're not quite sure what series it will be just yet, but obviously any of these teams still remaining will be a banger series. So we'll look to try and bring you guys something very, very shortly, and in the meantime, we'll cut it to a very swift break. What's good, guys? Welcome. Oh god, right, how many times do we have to say this? Right, so pretty much we're in a position now where the game that we were going to cover, the Katana Pyro game versus ICG Takeover game, we're having more technical issues. So we don't know when that game is going to be going ahead. And we've been told the next game we'll be covering will be the Adept Club lads, Dave, PT, BB Con, those boys. And that will probably be a little bit further down the line. So because of scheduling and because kind of we've been flat out most of the day, even though we've not shown, feels like barely any COD. Unfortunately, we're in a position now where what we're going to have to do, because it looks as though the games are going to be going on really, really late this evening, we're going to have to cut the stream, cut the broadcast, because me and Pablo need some food. We need to go and obviously eat, rest up, and come back for the remainder of the games. There's still a hell of a lot of go, I believe, probably around 20 games. Off the top
Yeah, I think we're at the 20 point now. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not. There's not installed. Everything's going on. The games are being played.
Yeah.
It's just that one of the PCs on the Katana Pyros has gone down, so they're just going to rectify that. But the problem then is if we go into a lobby with them, we might actually cause problems because it's the middle one, and it's not the most stable. So the priority is to get that game played and then kind of get everything moving. So the next sensible game to do would be the Adept Club one once we hit that winners bracket. And then obviously we can take it from there and see how it is. But yeah, it's going to be a late one, guys. So I would, if you're going to get food and you're going to watch a program, go and see your loved ones. And guys, we will be back. It's just going to be in an hour or so.
Yeah, so we reiterate so many times to you guys. We do apologize for you guys who are waiting, who want to watch the Call of Duty. We're trying our best, literally, to bring you as many games as possible. Me and Pablo, we've been sat in the same four walls alongside Jacko as well, literally. Just trying to wait for the games to come through to us to be able to broadcast you, and then sometimes when we look as though we've got one lined up, it's just a case of we can't even get in, we can't broadcast it, or there's some form of error. So what we're going to do, we're going to end the stream. We're going to obviously keep you guys again. We'll still keep you updated on Twitter. We'll still keep you updated on all the socials as to what we're planning on doing, where the times are, as and when the broadcast is live. If you guys are still around, I know the F1's on at the moment, so if you guys want to chill, watch some F1, and then we'll regroup a little bit later on this evening when a lot of bulkier games in the losers bracket have been completed, and then we can look towards the end of the bracket where we can hopefully get a bit of resolution and broadcast those games. Obviously, they're the money games towards the end of it, which, as much as we'd love to cover every single first game, unfortunately, the way it's worked out this weekend, it's not been possible for us. So yeah, a huge shout out to everyone who's been chilling and watched the same Be Right Back screen for God knows how many hours. I say I do sincerely apologize, guys, on behalf of all of us over here. It's been much of a frustrating time as it has for you. And Mason's asked, can we get a C? My voice is going, but I'll go because yeah, we're both on the edge. But yeah, I'll keep it. I'll end it here, guys. I won't keep waffling on forever. I won't keep you any longer than you need to be here. But yeah, later this evening, the stream will be back up, hopefully, with more games to cover and obviously those more business end ones. And a huge shout out again to you guys for watching. Obviously, Pablo and Jacko for helping out. All the ad. Hopefully, we'll be back later this evening. Fingers crossed with those important games. Thank you very much, guys. Catch you then.